Hey guys, hope you're having a great day. Today we are working with watercolors, so get all of your liquid watercolors, a brush, water cup, pencil and an eraser, and we are going to start. Oh, and you're also going to need, almost forgot, you're going to need a white oil pastel because we're going to do some color resisting with this. All right, let's do it because I'm so excited. All right, so first we are going to sketch our actually, sorry, I'm going to move the paper this way. We're going to sketch our zebra. Okay, and so we're going to start here towards, I would say it's about the middle of the paper. And do this lightly. I'm going to push a little harder so that you can see it, but I want you to kind of be light with it. Okay, so make a line like this. All right. And then right about here, right about there, you're going to make an ear, okay? And the ear is going to be almost straight up and down, but it kind of leans toward the front a little bit. Okay. Do that to it. That's your ear. And then we're going to make a little shape just like that in the middle. Okay. All right, and then we're going to make the front of the head. Zebras look just like horses, and you guys have already drawn a horse with me, so should be no problem at all. All right, so we're going to do this. And then it's going to come down. Okay. And because we're kind of mapping out the colors we're going to put in here too, I want you to follow these lines as well. So I'm going to go like this. And then all of this is going to be a color later. Many colors, actually. We're going to do that. And then we'll finish. Let's see how far we want to come down with this. Okay, I had to tweak it a little bit. So I'm going to make this line go away. See, even Miss Jen erases. Okay. There. All right, and now we are going to make some of our stripes. Okay, so that's one stripe. Then I'm going to skip a space. And here comes, oops, I want it to be a little further apart. No, that one's fine. All right, and then here comes my next stripe. They are not perfectly straight lines, as you will see. Okay. This might be confusing to you at first, but it'll all come together. Just trust me. So just so you know what you're looking at here, this one's going to be a color. This is going to be white. That's going to be white. This is going to be a color. This is going to be white. This is going to be a color. Okay. The next one I'm going to do, it kind of looks like the letter Y. So we're going to go like this. It's going to come up. this. And then right about here, it's going to just kind of, like I said, do like the letter Y. And you notice they're all kind of going higher than the next one. It's going to come back down like that. Okay, so that one does look like the letter Y. This one's just a single one. Making it kind of skinny over there. Okay. And then we're going to have some skinny ones. So this next one that comes up here, it's going to be pretty skinny. One, make a little bit of a color back there by the ear. Before we go any further, let's make our eye, okay? So the eye is going to be right about there. Okay. There we go. So we're going to make little lines, connect to the eye. Near the face is where it gets a little bit trickier, so I'm going to start making these kind of curve in here. Like that. There's another stripe that goes up the head over there. And then there's one that comes right from the eye. Okay. And then we'll add a few little ones over here too. Like that. Okay, so now we have our zebra sketched out, but before we can do, oh, I almost forgot a spot. Above the ear here, there is going to be some hair. We're going to, you know, make it look very like paint splats, but we'll go ahead and draw some of it in so we kind of know where we're going to do that. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I want to erase these marks here. Everywhere where it's going to stay white, I'm going to erase these. But I'm going to leave that line on the ones that will be colored. So wait, oh, I did something wrong here. This one's going to be a color. That one's going to be white. See, it's confusing. This one's going to be a color. That one's going to be white. This one's going to be a color. That one's going to be white. Color, white. Color, white. There we go. Color, white. Okay. Color white. There we go. And then we'll leave that on the face. And same thing down here. Just erasing all these marks. Okay, see, it was a lot of work to get to this point. And now we're going to use our oil pastel. Make sure you wipe it off. Like mine had some green on it, so I'm just going to color on my tablecloth for a second to get that off. Okay, and then we're going to actually color white on the white spaces. So you're not going to be able to see it, but what happens is the paint won't stay in that spot. So this way we don't have to be too neat later when we're color white. See how confusing that is? When we're using the watercolors, we won't have to be so neat because even if paint gets on the places that are supposed to stay white, it'll come off. It won't stick there. So take your time, because you see even I'm getting a little confused as to which stripes are going to be white. So you just have to do that pattern. White, color, white, color, white, color, white, color, white. And I'm going right up to that imaginary line that I erased already. And even in here, in between the Y, don't forget to color over there. Okay, and on this one, the ear is going to be white. So I want you to color in the middle of this whole ear. And then leave that center part out because that is going to be watercolored. But around the ear, it's all going to be white. Okay. Put some white over here. If you need to, you can rip some of the paper off to get in there good. Okay, going above my eye. Making sure I get in between all of these little ones. Okay. So it's all colored in and we are ready to paint. So you can go ahead and grab your brush. You know what I'm going to do just for fun? I'm going to add a few little white spots on some of the ones that we're going to paint. Just a couple. Okay. So grab your brush and dip it in the yellow. And I didn't wet my brush isn't very wet. It's kind of a dry brush, but I dipped it into the yellow. And I'm going to make this one yellow. just to the line. Okay. And this one's going to be yellow to the line. Okay. And a little bit more yellow. We're going to do a little bit over here, but not the whole thing, just a little bit, because there's going to be another color down there. And we're going to have a little bit of yellow over here. And right there. Okay. So you can go ahead and, without washing your brush, dip it in the orange. Okay. And I'm going to add a little bit of orange in here. I have not dipped my brush back in the orange, so as I go up, they're getting lighter and lighter because I barely have any orange left on my brush. See that? Put a little bit in here too. So I did all of that with one dip of orange on my brush. Okay. And I just want a tiny bit more orange for right over here. Okay. Okay, you can wipe your brush. Dry it, because we want vibrant colors. And you're going to dip your brush in the green. If you can't tell which colors are which, because when they're so dark as a liquid, test it out on a napkin first. All right, so we are going to do green. And you can see it's resisting color where I drew a few spots. Remember I told you I was going to draw a few spots? Here's some green. With watercolors, if you want to achieve like a blended look, you have to work quickly, because if it dries, then it won't be, the colors won't bleed together. So I'm still just using green here. Those are where I made my spots earlier. So they are lifting a little bit. I don't have as much paint on my brush, so now it's a little bit lighter. And now I'm not going to even clean my brush. I'm just going to dip it in the blue. And like I said, because this paint is still wet, these colors will bleed together a little bit. Make sure you're overlapping the colors on top of each other, the blue and the green. Now over here, I'm going to want some of the blue a little bit lighter, so I'm not going to fill in all of it. Some of it I'm going to water it down. You'll see. I want the pupil of the eye to be very dark. Okay, and now I'm going to wet my brush. I want some of these areas to be lighter. And you just do that by adding water. So I wet my brush, then I'll put a little blue on it. Wet it again. I want this a little bit darker in some places, so now I just put more blue on it. I missed a tiny little spot of green. I want some green in here. Okay. I'm going to wet my brush so that we can make just a lighter color in the eye there. There. And wash your brush really good because we are moving on to orange. We're going to put some orange right up here. And then without washing your brush, dip it in the red. Some red up there. And more red. And the only color we haven't used yet is the purple. So wash your brush, dry it off, and then we'll try out the purple. Okay, and with the purple, I'm gonna do some purple spots. And some of the yellow in the ear. I want it to be a little bit darker. And then I'm going to add a little bit of purple here and there on the blue. And on the red. A little bit at the bottom there. The tip of the hair. And again, with this painting, if there's a color that you like more than others, then you can add more of that color. Add a little purple here. You know, make it your own. And then once you're happy with it, you just have to sign it. I think I want it to look like paint splats there. I like that. That looks cool. Actually, before I sign off, I'm going to add some little spots on it. There. And then go ahead and sign your work. I hope you had fun today. I cannot wait to see yours. Please take a picture and share it with me. Hope you had fun. Have a good day. Bye.